All right. I don't know if that's crooked or what. So let's do this. Okay. All right. So I have to make do because I'm not at home. So, hey, happy, what is this? Sunday. Hi, everyone. It is yours truly, your favorite college for free coach, the college prep boss herself, Tamika Williamson. So, I wanted to stop in today because we need to have a conversation. All right. So, let's have some real talk. Um, I'm in the lab working on a couple of books and some other projects, but I needed to stop in because we really need to have a conversation. I've been following a thread on a page. I'm not going to say where, and and this is not the first time I've seen this type of rhetoric, but I just couldn't take it anymore today. Yeah, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I said, let's have a conversation. I thought I'll bring in, let's talk about sex, but no, we're really going to talk about debt. But when you think about the marketplace and industry, they're using sex to sell everything and make everything look sexy and appear sexy, and it draws us in and it speaks to our emotional feelings and such. But I liken that to this whole college admissions conundrum as well. You know, going sending our child to their dream school and letting them choose their dream school, to me, is similar to the tactics that's being used in terms of sex to draw you in to buy different products and services. Guys, let me help you understand something. That dream school thing, yeah, that's great, but is it really worth your child's future? Is it really worth your future? So that's what we're going to talk about, because today we're really going to focus more on parent plus loans. Parent plus loans. That's where I want to just kind of focus some energy and some discussion. And I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to keep this real simple, real quick, as much as I can, because y'all know I like to get on tangents. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with me, Tamika Williamson, the college prep boss, best-selling author, award-winning author, been working with and helping families learn how to navigate and avoid the landmines that exist in the college admissions process, but knowing how to kill the college game and do it without debt. And we've been able to connect families across the globe to over $75 million in scholarships. In our private coaching practice, we've been able to help connect our families to over 40 million. So I'm not telling you what I've heard. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what we are great at, what we are experts at, and how we advise and coach our families. There's money out there to be had. You just got to know where to find it, how to find it, and not be so emotionally attached to this whole idea of a dream school. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in having our kids dream. I believe in having them set those goals and aspirations. But what I need you also to challenge them with is kind of like what I think about with entrepreneurs as I'm mentoring and working with kids. Hey, the dream and the vision is free, but the hustle costs. Same thing with college. The dream and the aspirations of going to college and going to that dream school, that's free. The hustle, the process, the work that's required to get there and get there without debt, it costs. It costs you time. It's going to require some sacrifice, and it's going to require some work. So when your baby talks about, this is my dream school, this is school I've always wanted to go to, parents, it's our responsibility to challenge them. All right, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Because you're going to have to put in some work. I'm not going into debt. I don't have the money to pay 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a year. So what are you going to do to contribute to that process? there's many things for them to do, and that's what we teach our scholars. But I'm not going down that pathway because that's a different lesson. But again, we're focusing on Parent Plus loans. So what got me all riled up today? So a parent had basically was asking the question, hey, tell me a little bit more about Parent Plus loans. What are your thoughts around Parent Plus loans? People start chiming in, and I saw people saying, hey, if that's what it takes to pay for your child's education, do it. I did it. All those types of things. And then somebody else talked about how, well, I can't believe all these people on here advising you not to do it. And I'm like, okay, time out. It is time for us to have a conversation. Look, to each his own. I'm not judging. You have to live with that final decision. I'm here to give you the stats because as an engineer, as a scientist, I'm all about data. I'm all about results. So when you look at the stats, the stats are what they are. So you take it for what it's worth. I'm here to give you the information because I want you to be informed. It's kind of like crabs in a barrel to some extent. Some of these folks telling you to go ahead and go into debt. How long have they been in debt with Parent Plus loans? They're probably still early in the game. Come talk to me 10, 20 years later when you realize, okay, hey, that was a bad mistake. I shouldn't have done it. We're still paying it off. And then maybe we can talk. But let's talk about some of the stats. So first, I want to just kind of go back because I don't want to assume that people really know and understand what Parent Plus loans are. So Parent Plus loans are basically, well, if you do it through the federal government, they are federal loans a parent can take out to help pay for their child's education. This particular loan allows parents to borrow more money because if you know anything about federal student loans, they are capped based on the grade level your student is at college. So freshmen, okay, you're only getting about, I forgot the number, I just drew a blank, $6,000 something for that school year. As you know, that is not going to cover the full cost of attendance. So most students will have a gap. And this is where parent loans come into play. They'll fill the gap. Now, you only can get a parent loan, and hear me when I say this, only can get a parent loan if you qualify, meaning you cannot have any adverse credit, meaning you can't have bad credit. So if you've been late delinquent on something over 90 days, you're delinquent on your own student loans, and you have bad credit, you are not going to qualify for parent student loans. It's just not going to happen. But if you qualify for parent student loans, the school will offer it to you, and they'll let you know how much you qualify for, because it's based on your credit. Just like anything else, when it involves your credit report, it factors into what is called your DTI, your debt to income ratio. All right. So remember the DTI. But that is what is used. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, we're still in this pandemic, or we're on the other side of it, maybe. But the cost of college is and has increased, especially because of COVID. Colleges took a major hit because of this pandemic. They got to recoup this money somehow. So what are they going to do? They're going to raise the cost of attendance to attend. So on average, public schools have increased about 1.1%, equivalent to about 10,005, and private schools have increased on average 2.2%, about 34. I think it's about $37,000. That increase is going to continue to happen, guys. That's just not an increase for 1 year, but it's going to continue to happen. So they have already forecasted that students are going to borrow, this incoming class of 2021, they are going to borrow more money, which is increasing the amount of money they're going to graduate, the amount of debt they're going to graduate with. So now they're saying on average students are going to graduate with about $38,000 worth of debt. The student loan debt as a collective has increased. It used to be 1.4 trillion. It's now at over $1.7 trillion. So people, hear me, this is a debt crisis. And that also includes federal parent student loans. So let me just kind of give you some additional stats around this. When you talk about parent student loans, yes, you get to take out more money, but know that what parents don't understand is, yes, you have to pass a credit check, and yes, you can borrow more money, but you're going to pay more in the end because Parent Plus loans carry a higher interest rate than federal student loans. And FYI, everybody, federal student loans percentage interest rate is going up. Just letting you know. So that means Parent Plus loan interest rate is likely going to increase as well. But it carries a higher interest rate. You do have to pay an origination fee, and you have to start paying that loan back right away. Yep, hear me. You got to start paying it back right away. Now, the way the Parent Plus loan terms are set up, they're set up for you to pay them back 10 years unless you get on an income-based repayment program, IBR. That allows you to extend it to 25 years. But hear me when I say most families do not pay it back within that time. A lot of families go into the deferment side. And what folks don't realize is, yeah, you may not be quote unquote paying it, but while you're not paying it because it's in deferment, or are you on an IBR plan, you are going to pay more in the long run because now all that interest is constantly accruing, which is going to eventually increase your payments, which is going to increase the amount of money you're going to have to pay back in the end. So I want you to understand the terms around getting the Parent Plus loan. But here's some things they do not say when they talk about, hey, here's a parent loan, that I need you to think about parents. And this is with any loan. If your baby, your scholar, your child, please share this live. I need you to share this live because I need everybody to hear this. Thank you for asking. I am totally perfect with you sharing this because I need more families to hear this. Because again, this is real talk. I'm giving you the real skinny. If you need a loan for year 1, what does that mean? You're going to need a loan for years 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, I said 5 because here, I need y'all to understand this. On average, it is taking kids 5 years to graduate from college. So you got to plan. You got to have a 5-year plan, not a 4-year plan. So if you need it for year 1, you're going to need it for years 2, 3, 4, and 5 in order for your child to graduate. But here's the kicker. There's no guarantee you're going to get that Parent Plus loan for years 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember that DTI I told you about? Credit history, all those good things that's factored into any credit application process. You have to qualify every year. So you may have gotten approved the first year. There's no guarantee you're going to get approved the second year. You could have maxed out your credit, your DTI ratio that first year to where you don't qualify for the second year. Or you may be getting closer to the maximum DTI ratio to where you don't get as much the second year. So there's so many different variables here that we can talk about that most families don't think about. You must go down the pathway of what if. What if we don't get it year 2? What if we don't get it year 3? What's going to happen? Because if you're getting a parent loan to fill a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 gap, that adds up. So if you got $10,000 the first year, okay, $50,000 over the course of 5 years, that's $50,000 you have to pay back within a 10-year, 25 window year maximum. And that's if they don't change these terms. The other part of that is, what if you maxed out and your child is unable to finish college? Now you have all this debt and your baby has nothing to show for it. What if you're not able to get it out 4 or 5 years and your baby had to do student loans as well? Now you both have debt and no degree. Because remember this, if you're unable to pay for school and your child end up having a balance that they can't pay and you can't pay, they can't transfer to another school. So there's so many ways this can go wrong that I need you to think about in the beginning versus when it actually happened. Oh Lord, what are we gonna do now? Let's do a GoFundMe account and let's see what happened. That is not sustainable. Guys, hope is not a strategy. I'm not here to kill your dreams. I just need you to wake up. I need you to wake up and rethink how we do college. Yes, again, we love the idea of a dream school, but how hard are you going to work for that dream school? That means you're going to work and go get some scholarship dollars. But you also got to understand that dream school may not be the best school for you, because remember, every school funds differently. Every school funds differently. So I'm talking to two different audiences. Yeah. Every school funds differently. So that dream school, I did a post yesterday because it made me think about relationships. Going to that dream school may be like you trying to date somebody who's just not that into you. You all gung-ho, happy and all kiki and happy and in love and like, batting eyes. I really like that person. I really love that person. They so fine. I just love that person. They just give me chills and goosebumps. But they ain't even thinking twice about you because they running over here talking to this person and that person, and they got a whole harem of folks that they fooling around with. I look at it the same way. You going to want to go to your dream school. They got thousands of kids knocking on their door wanting to come to them. They not worrying about how much debt you're going to take on to come to their school. They not worried about that. They just want whoever's going to come. You go in debt and can't finish. That's really not their concern. So they're not going to give you the strategies. They're not going to have real conversations with you and give you the real skinny around what it means to take on this level of debt. That's your responsibility as a parent and as a family. So I hope you take this information, take these tips and apply them, have these real conversations with your babies now. This is what I call putting on those big girl and big boy panties and drawers. Teach them about money, the value of money. This is part of adulting and growing up, learning how to make those hard decisions. Baby, we love you. We would love for you to go to your dream school, but we can't afford it. And you going into debt, it just doesn't make sense. Especially if you're going into a career field that's not even going to earn them enough money to be able to pay the debt back. Because going to your dream school to go get a degree in a career field that you're not going to make more than $50,000 a year doing, but you walking away with $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 worth of debt doesn't make sense at all neither. So parents, we have to think about this and we have to operate and make decisions that make dollars and cents. So I just need y'all to really think about this, because right now parents are looking to walk away with debt over. I think they've raised it now that where parents are estimated to take in about $35,000 worth of debt. That's just the parents. You heard me say earlier with students, $38,000. So let's say your baby had $38,000, you had $30,000. The whole family's in debt at $70,000. Because I hear people say, oh, it's just student loan debt. That's that good debt. I have the rest of my life to pay it back. Okay. See how that hurts you as a family with a Parent Plus loan. I hope you in the house you plan to be in forever, because you won't qualify for another house. I hope you got the car you want, because it's going to be a very difficult process for you to even be able to buy a new car. Anything that requires your credit that you want to do for the rest of your life. Because if you're not making enough money to pay that loan back within no more than 10 years, you are basically going to be stretched forever. And it's going to limit how you live, what you can do, what you can't do, especially anything that involves your credit. So I need y'all to think about this, rethink how you do college, rethink how you talk to your kids and get them ready for college, because Parent Plus loans are not your friend. They will eat you up, chew you up, and spit you out. Because when you default on that bad boy, please know the government is going to come after you. They will garnish your check, your account, and yes, they have and will garnish Social Security. That's just how real this is. So I'm going to quit preaching, but I just had to drop in and have a message to share this message with everyone today, because when I saw those comments, I'm like, are you kidding me? You are really advocating and trying to encourage this parent to take on all this debt for their kids? It's not a realistic plan. It's not sustainable if you hadn't thought it all the way through. Remember, if you need a loan for year one, you're going to need it for years 2, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing applies with private loans. That's a whole different conversation. But private loans are worse than federal loans, let me just tell you. So they're less forgiving, and they're more treacherous when it comes to them coming to get their money if you default on it. And then there's another conversation for me to have. I'm gonna have to do more lives, one on private loan, one on taking out payment plans at the school. Payment plans are a great option, but you got to make sure it makes sense. I saw a parent say they pulled money from their retirement to put the down payment on their payment plan, and then they sign up for a payment plan $1,600 a month. I don't know about you. I don't know too many families who can meet a $1,600 a month payment plan with a $6,500 down payment, and you got to do it every year times 5. Guys, let's choose better. Choose a school that costs less money. Them good old state schools or smaller state school, hey, it's all about getting a degree is what you make out of it at the school, regardless of what school you go to. So rethink how you do this. Last call for graduating seniors class of 2022 who's looking for private help. Our next cohort, this is the last opportunity for class of 2022 to get help. So you can go to the College Prep Boss, sign up for a call to talk about the program to see if you qualify. Because after we close this out, we will not be able to provide that level of personalized service with graduating seniors for class of 22, because the cutoff period is now. All right, this is your favorite College for Free coach. I'm through preaching. The College Prep Boss herself. Please share this message. I hope this again prompts you to reset your mind and do a mindset shift, a paradigm shift, and choose better. If it doesn't make dollars and cents, it doesn't make sense at all. So until next time, I'm signing out. All right. See you guys later.